Hey guys, so I just want to say something. I'm really happy for some reason. And the reason is that nobody can get to me. Nobody can get to my life. And you have to understand that nobody can experience my life for me. And that's my happiness. You understand? It's a good thing that people can never experience your life. You understand? Because your experience is solely yours. And you have to understand that it's much more about understanding that other people can experience your life to some degree. Just like you're experiencing me right now. But the thing is that you have your own experiences, you understand, and you have your own unique ability, just like everyone else. But you have to understand that they don't want you to succeed. Unfortunately, those people around you don't want you to succeed as much as you think that they do. Do you understand? So, for example, my friends from the past never, ever, 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 ever want me successful much more than them. You understand? And I understand that. I can see that straight away. But I want other people to be much more successful than me. You understand? Because I want more success for everybody. That's how I am. You understand? So if other people have more than me, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful. I'm happy. Regardless of how much success you have in life. And that's the number one rule of life is just be happy regardless of what's happening around you. You understand? So the reason I'm really happy is because I'm just living my life. I'm living my life to the best potential that I can every single day. And I'm actually enjoying myself. I'm enjoying my life. I can express my thoughts. I can upload as much content as possible online now. I'm really, really straightforward with what I say. And because I am, I do things. I help myself to explain some things for myself. And that's what helps me grow. It helps me in a different manner all the time to help myself to succeed. But do I feel like doing a busking performance today? I promise you no. I promise you it's more how my busking days are not over. I will do busking again, but the thing is that now is the time to just produce as much content as possible and stay away from people altogether, except for myself. I want to stay away from other people as much as possible, and the reason is because I realize when I go around other people, they waste my time. Yes, and they just waste my time. And how do they waste my time? They're just not educating me as much as I want them to. And so I just go online for education. I don't expect other people to educate me around. I never expect other people to educate me. You understand? And the thing is that I never expect anything from anyone. But I expect it of myself to do better than yesterday. I expect every single day to have the best life for myself, at least. So if I ring a bell every single day in my thoughts and I say something for myself and I do something to succeed, it's because I want to and it's because I have to. And it's because it's a must in my life. You know, Tony Robbins, for example, says that you should never do anything. You must do anything that helps you, for example. But the thing is that he says that when a should turns into a must, then that's when you start doing things. So, for example, you never say, I should quit smoking. You say, I must quit smoking. You never say, I should succeed. You say, I must succeed. You know what I'm saying? And that's why there's a difference between everything. So, for example, the difference between me and Tony Robbins is this that he has summed up much more money than me in life and has a wife and has kids. And that's the only difference between me and him. That he has much more money than me in terms of plastic money, in terms of physical money than me. And he has a wife and kids. But everything else, I promise you, he fails in comparison to me. And he doesn't fail. I promise you, he doesn't fail in comparison to me. I promise you, it's much more how I'm producing the best information in the world. And I believe in my information more than anybody. And the thing is that you must understand that I see the way. I see exactly what I need to do every single day of my life for the next 1,000 years and more. I understand that it's much more how I plan to live on, I plan to dream, I plan to every single day do the best I can. And the amazing thing about it is I get to express myself every single day whenever I want. Do you understand? So it's much more like if you don't express yourself, then nobody's listening to you. Do you understand? But the thing is that when I express myself, I want to explain this that I use audio programs to express myself. I use video programs to express myself. I use journaling in terms of writing journal. I write in my journal. I express myself that way. I express myself through quotes. And the thing is, I'm a producer and I'm a distributor. I'm a service provider. I'm an information provider. Do you understand? I'm a source of information. And I study life. I study life. I realize my specialty is life. I study everything about life. I love history. I love psychology. I love philosophy. I love entrepreneurship. I love business. I love success. I love confidence, courage. I mean, I love everything. You understand? And now God says, make sure that you love yourself. Love yourself every single day. You understand? Because that's the ultimate way of success. Is when you love yourself, and you have to understand that when you're doing things that help you to love yourself, that's even much better than anything in the world. So you have to understand, if other people are not listening to you, it's because you're not making content, okay? So make sure you understand that other people find themselves in this situation. They find themselves isolated, and they're not doing audio programs, they're not doing video programs, they're not coaching via quotes, and they're not coaching via their writing journal, okay? So what they do is they get up on their phone, they browse the internet, okay? And what else do they do? I promise you, it's much more. They watch TV, okay? And when there's nobody around them, they may be talking to themselves but not documenting anything down. And then they feel that they need social connection with other people. And then because they feel this and they're not achieving that, they feel that they are depressed. You understand? They feel that because they're not talking to other people, that they are depressed. And that was me before. You understand? That was me. Like, I thought I was in depression because I wasn't speaking to many people. You understand? But the thing is that as soon as I found audio programs, guys, and as soon as I started doing audio programs and video programs and writing journal and quotes and expressing myself on the internet much more, I promise you, I found my passion. I found a way to get out of depression. I found a way for people to listen to me. I found my voice. I found my courage, my confidence, my expertise. I found everything that I need in that. I found everything in the spoken word. You understand? And now people don't understand this. People don't understand how they can socially isolate themselves and be doing words all day. And now this is what I'm doing right here in the audio program. I'm doing words and nothing else. And you have to understand, nobody's listening to me right now because this audio program is not on the internet right now. But it's soon going to be on the internet. Okay? Very soon I'm going to upload this to YouTube. And somebody out there, maybe in a million years' time, is going to listen to this audio program. Do you understand? So I'm not wasting time, am I? And I'm having a conversation with you. And you have to understand that most of my friends and everybody around me, you have to understand, except for myself and God, doesn't listen to me much. I mean, you have to understand that they don't think that I'm anything much more worthy than them in life. And you have to understand I'm very worthy. And now, am I more worthy than other people? I promise you must understand that I feel that I'm much more worthy than the world. The thing is that I'm not better than you. I'm not better than anybody in this lifetime except for myself. I'm better than yesterday. I'm competing with myself to be the best version of myself. Do you understand? And nothing else. It's a competition with myself every single day to do the best thing for myself in every single moment, to make the best choices of life. And the ability to express myself whenever I want, to upload content online, and to be able to just speak words is the greatest thing that you can ever do. Because the more you actually understand to express yourself more and more, the more you can understand that people are listening to you. You understand? And you have to understand that when I want to talk to a friend, I talk to you. You understand? When I want to express myself, I express myself to you. You understand? And that goes on the internet and someone's listening. I'm pretty sure this is you listening to me now. And you have to understand that you're someone in my life that's listening. And now, are you in my life? I'm pretty sure you're not really in my life, but you're in my life in some other way. You understand? But the thing is, it's much more how you have to understand that I can express myself at any time and not be depressed because I have people around me that succeed all the time. You understand? Because I'm always reading books, and those books always teach me success and teaches me planning skills and business strategies and career things and all about everything. And that's how I dig into things. I'm just reading daily. I'm always reading. I read 8 hours a day because I have no girlfriend. I have no kids. I mean, you understand? I have no 9 to 5 job. So all I have to do is just get smarter and smarter and smarter through my days, so that I can help myself to have more information about life, so I can give it to you for free. Because you have to understand that the best commodity in life is information. Have you ever understood that? I mean, do you understand what commodity is? A, I promise you, a commodity never falls in price. You understand? Information is always growing, and the more you grow your own information, the more you can spread things into the world, like thoughts, which channel into other people's lives and change other people's lives like that. You understand? And that's the thing. I understand that every single program I ever make in my life, or any video that I make, or anything in terms of busking, or any content that I make, changes someone's life for the better. And that's the kind of impact in the world that I want to make in daily life every single day. You understand? I want to be able to understand that I'm understood and that I speak my mind as much as possible, because I want to benefit this life and I want to benefit people. And that's it. I want to benefit everyone. See, guys, so what I want to teach you also is I want to teach you what rock bottom is. Okay, rock bottom is when you're doing drugs. Okay, rock bottom is when you're doing illegal drugs, when you're doing illegal drugs and legal drugs. And rock bottom is when you have no purpose in life, okay? I realize when you have no passion, when you have no interest, and when you're not learning, I promise you that's rock bottom. I promise you rock bottom is when you have no more money in your pocket. You understand? That's rock bottom as well. You understand? So you have to understand that anything that's rock bottom in life is when you're doing worse than yesterday. I mean, you understand? Actually, that's the definition of rock bottom in life. So if you want to benefit yourself and other people, you have to do something in life to succeed. You have to understand that plenty of people are going on TikTok these days, and you have to understand that TikTok is something interesting, okay? And you're going to see human nature. I mean, you're going to be able to see and read what people are doing in terms of life. And it's a way to watch people. So when you watch people closely on TikTok, what they are doing is they're trying to sum up a following for themselves. But in the long run, they're losing, because they're trying to dance, they're trying to do random videos and all this stuff on TikTok, while they're not really making content for you in terms of to help you. You understand? And many people like that on TikTok. I mean, some people are singing, some people are dancing. I mean, how does dancing help you? I mean, you understand? I mean, when someone's dancing, how does that help you? You understand? I mean, words help you. Words is the only definition of what helps you in life. You understand? So when you have the words of life, that's what helps the most. You understand? So you have to understand that when you can describe everything in words, that's when you can teach yourself wisdom. But only wisdom comes from you. Okay, so your outside world is something that's coming inside, and that's something that's happening inside of you. So whatever's happening out there in the world is what's inside of you right now, because you are only at this place of time because that's best for you. And what's best for you right now in this moment is to make the best decision in terms of what you're going to do next, and what you're going to do after that, and what you're going to do after that. You know, so the thing is that I see plenty of people, like, for example, women and men, I promise you, they're not succeeding in the way of words. You understand? And that's what is very, very, let's say, interesting. I mean, it's very interesting to me that they are unaware about what they can do with words. They're unaware of how much they can inspire people. And do you know how smart I am right now compared to how I was? I mean, just the word difference. Words are difference. Word is a difference. So if you hear me out right now, when I was 18 years of age and 16 and 15 and 12 and something like that and more, I mean, you have to understand, I didn't do words. I wasn't doing words. I wasn't doing information. I mean, yes, and I mean, in high school, I went throughout the whole high school missing the points. I didn't understand exactly what I was gaining from it. Do you understand? I didn't understand what I was learning. I mean, what was I learning? I was learning maybe images. I didn't even know about that. I didn't even know about my imagination. I didn't check up on the internet about information much. Do you understand? I was learning here and there, but I was learning real slow. I was like a zombie. I mean, you understand, like a zombie. And you have to understand that when I was 21, when I went to Las Vegas because I won a package of $20,000 because I won in poker, I beat 555 players at poker, and I got very lucky because I pushed all in 7 times in a row, and I won every single pot. I mean, you're saying that from that point I went all the way. But the thing is that that's luck, and poker's luck. The thing is that if you want to understand my life, the difference is I've given much more. I've given much more words. I have more meaning in my life, and nobody can tell me otherwise. You understand? Because I understand something. That you can tell me whatever you want. I'll take it into consideration. You understand? And you have to understand that you can only add information to me. You can never take away my information. And that's the good thing about life. I mean, the good thing about life is that you can manifest your dreams through words. I mean, words are so powerful. I mean, whatever your words are saying is what you do. And you just do it. I mean, you understand? You have to understand it's really, really that confidence and courage get you all the money in the world. It's up to you. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, if you want to be a millionaire, so fucking bad, as Ed Sheeran says, but you have to understand that you can achieve it. You have to believe in yourself that you can do the words of that. You understand? And the thing is that in my life, I can be a billionaire. I understand I can do it because I have the words to say. I have those words that I can always abbreviate for myself. And that's the amazing thing. So if nobody understands me, I promise you, at least I understand me. I mean, you understand? So the thing is that it's much more how I'm living life because I'm able to speak my mind. I'm able to grow myself in the words that I'm speaking. I'm able to live my life to the best degree every single day. And I'm very smart now because of the words I speak. My vocabulary is very high, but I need to better my vocabulary. I need to be able to go and do my synonyms and antonyms after this so that I can still speak in much more terms, so that I can speak in different ways, and so I can coach myself to do better. You understand? Because I want to have an interesting conversation with myself all the time. So I need words. I need to understand. I'm a word freak, okay? I need to understand every single word. I have to understand the meaning behind every single word in the dictionary. Do you understand? And I'm serious about this. That's my success. You understand? That's what you need to do. You need to be able to go into that dictionary of life and understand every single meaning to everything. You understand? And then you'll find your way. You'll find your way to where I am. I'm very spiritual. You understand? I'm very spiritual and I'm understanding exactly why I do what I do. And why do I smoke cigarettes, for example? You must understand, I smoke cigarettes because I feel that it's necessary. You understand? I feel it's necessary and that's it. You understand? But the thing is, I'm a non-smoker now. I'm a non-smoker. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore because I feel it's necessary. So the thing is that it's much more if I reach for a cigarette and I smoke it, it's much more, it's done and dusted and I move on. You understand? But the thing is that if I reach for a cigarette and I smoke it, and while I'm smoking it, I am talking to myself and I'm saying, Danny, you have to be your best version. You have to do better than this. You have to get back to that version that you were. You understand? So I'm always encouraging myself to quit smoking. I'm always encouraging myself to do better in life. And that's what motivates me because I'm willing to change all the time. And not many people are willing to change. I promise you, people who smoke usually smoke forever. You understand? They just smoke all day long. You understand? But I'm not like that. You understand? I'm not like that. I'm not like those people. You understand? So I want to better my life. I want to do better for myself and other people. So I have a higher purpose than smoking cigarettes. Do you understand? So I want to live longer so I can express my thoughts out there. And so I can give as much love as possible. I mean, that's the important thing every single day. So when words of inspiration come to you, just talk. I mean, if there's anything better that I do in life is just talk words. I mean, that's what I do the best. I do the best in terms of talking words. I can talk whatever you want me to talk. I can understand any answer. I mean, what answer do you want in life? I can give it to you because I have the answer. I always have the answer for everything, because I found the solution to everything. You understand? And I can always find the answer. You understand? So if I don't know the answer, I will find the answer for you, because I don't even know what the answer is. You understand? But I'm still expressing myself because I choose to. I choose to express myself every single day. And that's why they're losing and that's why I'm winning. Because they're not expressing themselves. But I am. You understand? And what's better? A person that's expressing themselves or a person that's not expressing themselves? I promise you, always the person that's expressing themselves is much better than the person who's not expressing themselves. So am I antisocial? I'm not antisocial because I do a lot of content in words. And I give it out into the universe. I mean, do I need friends? I have enough friends. I have more than enough friends in my life. I don't need any more friends when I have enough. I have enough of everything already. So what do I need more of? I need more words. I need to speak more words every single day. Do you understand? Because that's what helps me grow. That's what helps me to become who I am. Do you understand? That's what helps me the most to live life. Words, 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 words. Every single day, words. And I understand something about music production, for example. I've been failing at music production. Do you know by how much? I mean, you have to understand, by comparison with other people, I'm nowhere near where I need to be. You understand? And that's what gets me all the time. And that gets me unhappy. And I'm not unhappy. I'm not an unhappy person. But it's not that it gets me unhappy. It's more how I see the big difference between their music and my music. And what's that curveball in that space of life, in between the lines right there? I promise you, it's information. I need the information that they have. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, they have more information than me in terms of that. So what do I need to do? I need to watch people make music. I need to watch them. I need to produce more music for myself. You know what I'm saying? I just need to be better than myself and not better than other people. You understand? And that's something that I understand now. You understand? I don't need to compare with other people in terms of music, because otherwise it's always going to fall short, or else my music will always fall short, because my music never sounds like other people's music, whereas my music sounds like my music. You understand? And now, is it something special? I understand for me it's something special. I mean, it's something. So I have to dedicate myself to doing my music production and to doing something that's helping me grow. You understand? And nothing else. I want to go the most affordable way in life. And that's what I'm doing as much as I can. You understand? So my way is the most affordable way. So the most affordable way is the single way. I go single through life. I go single. I do whatever I can to live life the best way I can. But as soon as there's a shortage in my life, I promise you I'll go get what I need. So if there's a shortage of something in my life, like money, for example, all right, if there's a shortage in my mind, I promise you, if there's a shortage in money in my life, then I will go get more money. You understand? To satisfy enough. You understand? And that's what I can understand about life. And you know, I promise you, if there's a shortage in my words, I will create more words. So is there a shortage right now in my words? Promise you, guess what? I promise you, no. Promise you, there's never a shortage in my words. I have enough words in my life. But the thing is, I need more. I need more. I need more of that. And why is that? Because I feel that there is a shortage in my words. You understand? I feel that I'm not expressing myself as much. You understand? So why do I feel like that? I understand it's much more how I need to express more words regardless. And why is that? Because I need to grow. So is there a shortage in my growth? I promise you, to some extent, yeah. I feel that my growth is not enough. Or else I need more growth right now. I need to grow much more than I am now. So what do? I have to understand to read more. I have to grow more. I have to produce more. I have to upload more every single day. I have to become better than yesterday. You understand? And that's what is happening right now. You understand? And the shortage right now is that I'm moving toward where I need to go. Slowly, one step at a time. And that's the only path I need to be on every single day. I need to be on that path where I'm living life, where I'm actually enjoying myself. Do you understand? And am I enjoying myself now? I am. I'm enjoying myself. I'm happy. I'm complete. I'm complete to some extent. I'm loving my life. I'm doing the best I can. Do you understand? And I'm not going backwards. I'm not going backwards to some degree. I'm learning from it. So what have I learned from already? I've learned never to do illegal drugs. I've learned never to do illegal drugs while driving. You understand? I've learned never to be high on drugs while I drive. You understand? I've learned never to be high on drugs in terms of illegal drugs while I drive. I've learned never to be around the people of the past. You understand? I've learned also to speak as many words as possible so that I can fulfill my passion. And my passion always needs more. I always need more of a passion. Yes, I always need much more meaning in my life. So I do words because words help me there. So what else do I need? Apparently the thing is that I need to also do much more content for myself, and I need to be smarter. So what do I need? I need to read more. I need to read much more information. I need to be much more curious about my life. I need to produce more, and I need to upload more content. And that's all. Do you understand? So, for example, with music production, I understand what do I need there? I need to watch people, and also I need to produce more music. But the thing is that I understand to compare with myself only, and not with other people. And now, if I compare myself to the world around me, I promise you I'll see a lot of flaws that I have. You understand? I have lots of flaws. So, for example, that person there has a great body. I mean, he has a greater body than me. But the thing is that it doesn't define me, okay? Actually, that doesn't define me in terms of who I am. You understand? I have something better than that. I have words. And that's what I can put into my music production too. So, for example, I'm not just a music producer, I'm a life coach too. But they are not life coaches. Like, for example, Sunset Brothers, Alma Van Buren, Deadmau5. They're not life coaches. Do you understand? They're a life coach, but they don't admit it. I mean, they don't say that they are life coaches. You understand? They are music producers. Do you understand? And what they do in terms of music production is excellent. But what I do in terms of music production and live is excellent. You understand? But when I add words to the mix, actually nobody can trash me. Actually nobody can get to me. I'm very, very communicative. You understand? And I'm not communicating with other people. I'm communicating with myself. You understand? I'm more communicative with myself than I am with other people. Because I don't rely on other people to socialize with them. I rely on myself to socialize with myself. And that's a big difference. That's the difference between success and failure. Okay? With other people, in terms of communication, I promise you there's always a shortage. Do you understand? But when you look inside for help, and when you understand that with you, you're unlimited to how much you can talk. And just look at my audio program here. I mean, how much audio programs have I made, and how much content I've made in terms of words. I mean, I can speak forever. And that's my passion. I'm fulfilled. I'm fulfilled in that. I found meaning in my life. And that's what makes me happier. That's what changes my life. You understand? And that's what I want to help you to do. You understand? I want to help you to find your meaning, because your meaning is the word you speak. And you have to believe in yourself that you can do it. You have to coach people. You have to teach. Because the more you teach, the better you are. And I understand, for example, this guy, I'm watching him produce music, for example. I promise he's not teaching much. I promise he's not teaching a lot. I promise he's doing things. And he's doing much more than he's teaching. You understand? So, for example, he gets some nice and beautiful softwares, and he starts doing all these softwares like Decapitator or whatever, and he Decapitator, and he gets limiter, and he gets a synthesizer, he gets all this stuff, but he doesn't explain the information behind that. You know, saying he doesn't go into detail into what everything does in terms of which knob it does what. I mean, you know, saying he doesn't give me that information. And that's, I understand something, that he doesn't know how to do that. I mean, you understand? He's unaware of how he's teaching. You understand? But the thing is that he teaches what he can. He does teach what he can do. You understand? He explains some things. I mean, he explains a little bit about music production in words. You understand? But when I go into FL Studio and I simply teach you exactly what everything is, I learn it for myself. You understand? So you have to understand that's the thing that I can do now. Is I can make courses around FL Studio and simply just teach you everything that everything does. Do you understand? So that's how I can understand something about life. Do you understand? And you have to understand that's what I can do. But if I'm not teaching that to people, then I'll never know what that is. You understand? And I don't know anything about life. But the thing is that I found myself over here where I was looking for audiobooks in terms of music production. And you have to understand there's no audiobooks in terms of music production to teach you music production. You understand? But actually there's only videos with people talking in the videos and doing the work. You understand? Doing the music production. And now with those videos that I watch with music production, what I do is I'm learning more by what they're doing than what they're saying. You understand? And I understand that now. I understand exactly what they are doing, for example. And what they are doing is something that I can do. And that's the ideas in that. I mean, in the sense, so for example, when they're getting a limiter, I mean, why are they getting a limiter? So I have to explain that to you. They're getting a limiter so that they can compress something. So what does compression mean in music? Well, it just means to bring down the sound. You bring down the sound of that type of sound. And what else does it do? Actually, it thickens the sound a bit. You know, saying it just thickens the sound a bit. And what else does it do? Actually, that's it. Do you understand? So when you put a limiter or ratio, I mean, what does ratio do in music? Approaching ratio just helps your music in some kind of way. I mean, you're saying, I don't know what it does. But the ratio on the limiter, I mean, if it's a limiter with a ratio, then it just compresses your sound, doesn't it? You understand? That's it. I mean, you understand? So you have to understand that you have to teach everything. You have to teach everything in life. Because if you don't teach, then you will never know. You understand? So I have to go into music production and I have to make music work for me, and I have to understand to just teach you exactly what everything is. Because that's how I improve. So how can I build my structure in music, for example? What I can do is I can make something happen in terms of helping myself to make kicks and make sure that I can build a track off the kick, for example, and it can be a kick track or it can be a beats track where I put kick with a beat and just little sounds here and there, and it can be a nice and beautiful techno track like that. Or I can make a melody with a pad, and then I can make sure that I can also put some beats in there, and it can also be a techno track. I mean, do you understand? And I can also understand that, for example. So it's much more how I understand something. That music is the thing that helps my life to succeed in some kind of way, but it's a different language. You have to learn different languages in life. Do you understand? And the more languages you learn throughout life, the smarter you are. Do you understand? You have to become aware somehow. So the smartest way that you can become smarter is to teach it. Do you understand? Teach something. So when you teach it, you will also become better in what you understand. Do you understand? So for example, I have to go into music softwares and teach all the software out there. And when I teach all the software out there, guess what happens? I also understand it because I taught it. You understand? Because when I teach it, I understand it. But when I read it, I'm yet to teach it. You understand? Because when you're just reading, you don't understand what's happening. I mean, when you're reading something, you don't really understand what's happening. Do you understand? You learn much more by teaching it than you do by reading. Do you understand? When you teach much more about anything in life, you're more likely to learn about what you teach. And that's what I'm saying. So, for example, when I teach life, I understand much more of life. And because I'm a life coach, I study everything. Do you understand? I learn as much as possible. Okay. And what I do by learning as much as possible is I teach as much as possible. I always have to be teaching something. Okay. I have to teach you my life skills, my ways of life. And then what I do is I go and read much more information. And while I read much more information, some things in terms of what I read sinks in, and then I teach it. Okay? But I teach you much more on life experience than I do by what I read. You understand? I teach you much more by my life experience. You understand? And that's what I'm understanding. So when you teach life by life experience, you're much more likely to understand where you are in your current situation. You understand? So what are ways to quit smoking? You probably should quit smoking. Like, for example, you can quit smoking for yourself while staying away from cigarettes is one. You can be in the mind. You can be in the body. You can be in the feelings, which is all the mind. That's all mind work. Or you can use your emotional intelligence, which is all the mind anyway. You understand? So you have to understand it's much more how you're just connecting things. You understand? And the more you connect the dots, the smarter you get. And now, why don't I market? I mean, why don't I go out there and market as much as possible? Approach the thing is that I'm doing marketing to some degree, and that's enough for me. So market to the point that it's enough for you to market. Do you understand? And you have to understand, if you're going to sell anything, sell words for free. For free. You understand? Because that way you learn for free. You learn, you have a passion, you do something like that. You understand? And whatever comes to mind, express it. I mean, you understand? And that way you learn. You learn as much as possible this way. So I'm understanding that the wiser I get, the smarter I teach. And the more wiser I get is because I teach more. I mean, you understand? So the difference between my music and how I made music, and this is how I made music before. I made sure to make a kick. I make a hat off beat. And because I make a hat off beat, I make the kick. And now sometimes I tried with the reverb on the kick. And sometimes it does work. And you can put delay on the kick if you want. Okay, and what else can you do? I promise you can make hi-hats. For example, you could pull hats off the beat. And that's your standard kick, hat, kick, hat, kick, hat. And then what you can do, you can add, like, for example, dun, 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 dun. And that can be your sound beat with the kick, for example. But you need much more than this, for example. So what you do is you add a little pad. You add a little pad, like just one line pad. And it goes dun, 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 dun. I mean, it's now much more into the music track. And now what else can you put in the track? You can put something over the hit. You can put something on top of that. I mean, you can put something like dun 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 dun, and then that can be the nice and beautiful starting of your track, for example. You understand? And what else can you do from that point? I promise you, from that point, you can just make sure that you can make something work for yourself, like play around. I mean, you understand? Just play around. I mean, you have to understand, when you play around, you'll find ways to think. But how have I done it before? You understand? Now, before, I made a lot of tracks where I was doing a lot of things with my kick. I was doing a lot of things with clap and really building it up and building it up into the next part, and then building a new melody for extras and stuff like that. But I can still do that. Yes, I can still make music the way I've always made music. Do you understand? And isn't that the key? That's the key, isn't it? Always make music the way you make music. You understand? But you have to try something new in the music sometimes. You understand? You have to make, understand that for myself over here, I'm understanding that each and every single music track I make is always different. I mean, you understand? It's always something different. You understand? But the thing is that I haven't been learning much in that. You understand? I haven't been learning much. So what I have to do is I have to make music like I've always made, for example, so that I can also replicate my music. You understand? Replicate my music in a different way. You understand? I have to replicate my sound. So I'm much more of a techno artist than I am anything. You understand? Because techno house or techno music, I'm much more like that, or trancey music, like here and there. You understand? But people don't promote me, and you must understand that many people don't promote me. You understand? And the thing is that I promote myself, and that's the important thing. You understand? So for myself over here, I'm understanding I have more to always say every single day, but I think that you have to understand something. You have to always do more. You have to understand every single day, push yourself to do as much as possible every single day. That's what you need to be doing. So, for example, with anything in life, you have to understand to coach yourself, to teach yourself as much as possible. Do you understand? Because that way you get ahead. Okay, you get ahead this way. So with the DJ decks, I understand with the DJ decks, I have more than enough at the moment. And from now on, I'm not going to buy DJ decks. I'm just going to rent them out. But there's a better time for that. You understand? There's a better time for that. So what I want to do now is just grow. I want to make sure that I'm learning every single day the most I can. You understand? Because every single day you get thoughts. And the more thoughts you have in life, the more you have to express those thoughts. And the more you express those thoughts, the more you teach yourself about life. Do you understand? By what you understand. You understand? That's the whole point of life. So anyway, guys, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this audio program. I'm going to go and do my quotes now. And I'm going to go and transcribe stuff and upload stuff for myself. And just live my life, guys. That's all I have to do. I mean, you're saying, and that's all I want to do. So anyway, guys, see you guys in the next audio programs. And just make sure that you're always reading all my information so you can do better. I see, guys. So since I made some changes to my life, like for example, I quit smoking cigarettes and I quit caffeine, and also I'm also a vegan now. I'm making sure that I can live my life to the best degree that I can every single day now, so that I can do something better for myself, because that's what I need to do for myself at least. So it's much more how if someone sends you a dick pic, or if someone of your friends sends you something that is a dick pic, or they send you their private genitals or whatever, make sure you understand that you never get offended about that. Never be offended about one image. Do you understand? Just understand it's just an expression. Do you understand? And you have to express yourself somehow. But the thing is that I sent this guy my dick pic, and I was just joking with him, and he got really pissed off. Like, he got really angry. And his son's blocked me on Facebook as well, because I sent their dad my dick pic. And the reason I done it is because it's just an image. You have to understand, it's just an image and it's just a joke. You understand? The thing is that they didn't take that joke into a joking matter. They perpetuated me to be some kind of low life or something like that. But the thing is that they watch pornography, for example. I mean, they've seen many dicks in life, I promise you. So what's the difference? I mean, you have to understand what's the difference when they watch pornography and they see other people having sex. You understand? And that's okay, isn't it? For them to watch, for example, other people having sex, but not to see my dick. I mean, do you understand? I mean, it's like they've never seen a dick before in life. So it's just like, it's just the way it is. But I didn't want to go poker today. I didn't want to go poker because I didn't feel like playing poker. And plus the cash roll over there is just absurd, to be honest. And it's not much of a prize pool. And I'm sticking at home over here. I'm staying at home for myself to do my quotes, to do some journaling, something like that for myself, to help myself to do better. And just learn. I just have to learn something. I have to grow. I have to develop myself. But that's the way it is. That's what you need to do. And you have to talk it out with yourself. You have to do something constantly in your life. You understand? Otherwise, it's not worth it. You understand? So make sure you're always doing something for yourself to grow, to persuade yourself to do better. Do you understand? So you have to do that for yourself every single day. And you just have to talk. You just have to make sure that you're always doing something that's corresponding to a better way of life for you. And that's what you have to understand. So I see anyway. So let it be for this program over here. I'm understanding I'm going to connect it together with other programs so that you guys can have much more of an audio program, and let it be that way. So I'll see you guys in the next program.